Former President Trump marking Biden's 81st birthday by releasing a clean bill of health for himself from his doctor. The former president's physician confirming, quote, President Trump's overall health is excellent. His physical exams were well within the normal range, and his cognitive exams were exceptional. Fox News medical contributor Dr. Marc Siegel is here to react. From the medical perspective, it's kind of unique to get a letter about your health. Is it because he's a former president?
Oh, I think it came out because it was Biden's 81st birthday. But, you know, look, as you were saying, it doesn't have a lot of detail to it. It's reassuring that he's in excellent health, that he's being reported to be passing cognitive tests. When I interviewed him last in 2020, he made that point strongly, that fitness to be president has to do with mental acuity. And the American people have weighed in on that, Brian. A Reuters Ipsos poll in September said that only 39% of Americans think, Democrats and Republicans think that Biden has what it takes, is sharp enough. We're seeing that play out in real time. As far as Trump is concerned, you know, I'd like to see the results of those cognitive tests. I'd like to see the specifics. But in the past, he's had a low blood pressure, which is great. His cholesterol's been under control. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. And my sources are saying he's exercising more on the golf course and supposedly even eating better.
I mean, that's what it said in the letter. But, for example, we have Ron DeSantis going after him and saying he's not the same guy. And Chris Christie says, I think he's the same guy, but he's under unbelievable stress because he's looking at 4 trials, 91 charges, 4 indictments. Could stress affect your cognitive ability?
No question about that. By the way, that's a really important point. Depression, anxiety, stress definitely affects your cognition. Exercise helps with that, by the way. If you exercise regularly, mental discipline helps with that. Not everyone reacts the same. That's clearly a factor.
Right. So when you look at President Biden, one of the things came out of his camp and said, the reason why I'm walking kind of slow, broke my foot a couple of years ago playing with my dog. Could that be the case? I'm
not buying that. I've seen that in his official physical exam from Kevin O'Connor, too. That gait looks suspicious for some kind of a gait problem. And by the way, here's another point to add to your point. It's not just cognition that's the issue. What are you facing in the world? Are we Americans confident with this terrible crisis going on in the world that the president is leading with a full deck? That's the question. And everyone is asking that. It's really important right now.
In one of the stories, they said we're giving the president a little bit more time to rest. We're trying to eliminate some of those long overseas trips. That's not good because sometimes the president's got to go overseas for a long time and you go to these summits.
I mean, I don't want to look, I'm a kind physician, but when he met with the president of Brazil and he was banging into the flag and forgetting to shake his hand on the way out, that doesn't send the right message. Is Trump what he was before in terms of that? We don't know. Your point about him being, you know, under tremendous pressure, hugely important. That has to be included. Right. And I'd like to see as many details as possible. I'm all about transparency when it comes to health. I said years ago, fitness to serve is something the American people need to vote on.
Right. And the president says he's ready to go. And we know that he keeps a breakneck pace. So when he's ready to go, we'll see. Great to see you, Dr. Siegel.
Great to see you, Brian.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.